Anytime a heart turns from darkness to light, anytime temptation comes and someone stands to fight, anytime somebody lives to serve and not be served, I know God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. Anytime in weakness someone falls upon their knees, or dares to speak the truth that sets men free, anytime the choice is made to stand upon the word, I know God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. I see a generation standing on the truth in each and every nation. God is on the move. Anytime the gospel stirs a searching soul, and someone says, "Send me, here I go," I know God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, on the move. Hallelujah. God is on the move today. I see a generation standing on the truth in each and every nation. God is on the move.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Grow TV. I am Steve, and this right here is a piece of clay, but it won't be for long because I'm about to transform it into something else, into something incredible, something amazing, something other than a lump of clay. This is a little game I'd like to play called Clay Play. The cool thing about clay is how much you can use your imagination. Anything you can imagine, you can make. If it doesn't turn out right, you just smash it down and try it again. Okay, so here's round one of Clay Play. Here we go. Well, I made something that looks like a cat, or a dog, or a horse. I don't know, it's something like all three of them at the same time. You know what, I think I can do better. All right, sorry cat, sorry dog, sorry whatever you are. Clay Play, round two, here we go. Looks like a cat or a dog or a horse thing again. I'm not sure why this keeps coming out like this. I'm sure I can imagine something different. Okay, it's cool. I'm just gonna smash it down and try it again. So long, cat, horse, dog thingy. Time to play Clay Play round number 3. Here we go.
What's up, Steve? Oh, cool cat. Or is it a dog? Or is it a horse? Or is it a cadorse?
Hey, Stacy. Yeah, thanks. It's all those things actually. That's right, it's a cadorse. It's a cadorse. I totally made that up. I totally made that name up as well too. Yeah, you know what? I'm inspired by like bringing things together that are different and you just put them right in. Okay, I couldn't make anything else. Look, I don't know what's wrong. No matter how many times I've tried and I've tried, I just keep on making that creature from before.
Okay, well, maybe I can help. Let's make something together. I have some more clay here.
So we can put them together and make something great. All right, so here is another round of Clay Play. Here we go. Oh, Yo, that is actually cool.
Yeah, we did great. It's a jar.
It's a jar.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what it's not. It's not a Cadorus. And that's awesome. You know what, Stacy? I'm glad you came to help.
No problem. Glad to do it. There is a story from 2 Kings where God used a lot of jars and the prophet Elijah to help someone at just the right moment.
Does this story happen to have any cat, horses, or dogs in it?
No, but do you still want to hear it?
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
The story comes from 2 Kings chapter 4, and like I said, it involves the prophet Elisha.
Elijah. That was the guy who kind of took over for Elijah, right?
That's right. Elijah was now with God in heaven, so Elisha took over the job of listening to God and sharing God's message with the people.
That sounds like a pretty big job. I mean, if you were a prophet, people probably would be always coming to you with their questions and problems, right?
One day, a woman came to Elisha with a pretty big problem. She told Elisha that her husband died, but their family owed people some money. Those people wanted their money back, or they would take her children away. She didn't know what to do.
So much for easing into a job. Right off the bat, Elijah got to get hit with this cat, horse, dog situation.
What?
It's just a figure of speech for big problems. How I say it.
Anyway, Elisha knew God wanted to help this woman, so Elisha asked what she had in her house. He was thinking of a way for her to make some money. And the woman only had a small jar of olive oil.
Oh, that's where the jar comes in. It might have looked like our jar.
Maybe. We can imagine it did at least. So Elijah said here in 2 Kings 4, 3-4, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't just ask for a few. Then go inside, shut the door behind you and your sons, and pour all the oil into the jars. And as each is filled, put it to one side.
Hang on. She only had one jar of oil. But she was supposed to fill up a bunch of other jars with just one jar of her own? Yo, this Elijah guy ain't think this through.
Actually, he did. The woman did exactly what Elijah told her to do. She took the little jar of oil and started pouring into it an empty jar until it filled up. Her sons kept bringing her more empty jars and she kept pouring oil into them. When she was done, all the jars were filled up. Yup.
She took one little jar of oil and turned them into a bunch of jar of oils? That's a miracle.
It was. The oil was enough for the woman to pay all the money she owed. In 2 Kings 4:7, it says, she went and told the man of God and he said, go sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left.
So hold on. Not only could she pay off all her debt, but she was able to live on what was left? Yo, that's incredible. It's probably better than she could have imagined.
The woman was in a tough situation and God made a way for Elisha to help her. Helping each other is a way to show we care for others. Sometimes we are the ones who need help. Sometimes we are the ones who can help someone else. And when those situations happen, we can remember Elisha and this woman's story and remember that God asks us to help each other.
That woman's situation was a lot more serious than my cat-dog situation. But it's still really cool how you came along just at the right time to help. Like Elijah did for that woman in the story.
You were willing to let me help you. The woman in the story went and asked Elisha for help. You know, sometimes the hardest thing to do when we're in a hard spot is to ask for help.
Or accept that someone's offering it. I was tempted to do another round of clay play on my own, but you know what, Stace? I'm glad I did it. And Elijah had to be open to helping when God put him in a situation to help. It makes me think about opportunities to help that I might have missed sometimes.
You know, none of us might be perfect at it. But if we can, always remember that God asks us to help each other. It will keep us open to being helped and helping others when the moment comes.
That's the way that God meant it for it to be. Being helped and helping others.
Imagine that.
Come on, it's been fun doing some clay play with you and learning a story from the Bible. It's always good to learn and grow together. See you next time. Bye.